Hello again, Johnny London here once more. Now I'm still in Weedon Bec, so I thought before I leave and before it rains, let's have a little look around the place. I'll head down this way where there's a set of steps to take me into the bottom end of the town. Well, behind me something of a rare treat. Just down the steps from the canal we've got bins. Let's just have a look at the wall graves for a moment. There's quite a few of these around here. This tunnel stroke bridge is just because the canal is up on a bit of an embankment. The main part of the village, the old sort of centre of the village, curiously, is right at the opposite end of town from the high street. There's a very handy local store here, and the staff are helpful too. Well, behind me there's a pharmacy, a haircutter's, a pet shop and a cafe. Here's the Plume of Feathers pub. Here's a little stream that runs through the village, not navigable. Well, behind me something that everywhere ought to have. It's a free car park for the use of anyone in the village or visiting the village. It's one of two actually that I've seen. There's another one round by the railway arches. This place is absolutely cracking for parking. You not have any problem whatsoever. And now I'm walking up out of the old part of the village and I'm heading towards a place that used to be a munitions factory or munitions store, and I think it had like a little bit of canal access so they could get all the explosives in and out safely. So let's have a look and see what they do there now. Well, here's the old portcullis type arrangement that would have let the boats in and out. But today there's an Emporium to explore. Well, there's actually a visitor centre behind me, but they're not open right at the moment, due to things. But it looks like the whole area is sort of undergoing a little bit of a redevelopment stroke repurposing. And sure enough, some of it's been repurposed into an antique centre, as you can see behind me. So just going to have a little browse in there, I think. Well, there are plenty of tempting bargains to be had in there. I highly recommend that place, but I didn't buy anything because I never do. Well, behind me you can see obviously the railway bridge first, which runs very close to the canal, and just yards beyond that there's another one of those tunnel bridges with a canal going over it. Well, I'm going to go back up to the canal just here via the little set of steps behind me and head towards the high street along that, be a bit quieter. And here we are at the canal once more. So another little set of steps has just popped me out from the canal up onto the high street, which is, as I said before, curiously at the other end from the village. Well, here's the high street. Here's another pub with quite tempting food. And here's one of those takeaways that does everything. Lots of antique places, but this one's closed. A third pub and what might be a Chinese takeaway. And behind me there's a thing that's very useful for us boaters, a little Tesco's local. don't need anything today though. What I'm going to do is just go back up across the road there, seen another good antiques emporium, so let's have a little browse. Well, this place looks interesting. I've been past a couple of times and I've been meaning to have a look inside, so I think now's the day. I never buy anything though. Well, I almost never buy anything. Couldn't resist. I saw that guitar and amp in there at a knockdown price, so let's get that back to the boat and see what it's like. The fourth and presumably final pub, the Crossroads. A petrol station, no use to me. And apparently this is the high street. Just time for a hearty slap up before I inspect the new acts. And here we go. Well, I think I might have got myself a bit of a bargain here. It's an early to mid 80s Westtone Spectrum SX. It's got special sort of blue lacquered fretboard which attracted me to it. Quite unusual. Bendomatic tremolo, I believe that is, and apart from needing a good clean, I think I might be quids in. Fire it up later. Bit of the old trusty. I make a few adjustments and give it a good tune up. I'd like to put new strings on, but I haven't got any. Well, I've just been making some adjustments after giving it a good clean, and I lowered the action a bit, which means a bit easier to play, and the intonation, the distance of the bridge saddles to keep the thing in tune, absolutely spot on. It's a brilliant instrument. There's no wear and tear on it at all. The frets haven't got any wear. I think it's just been sort of stored in cupboards and things over the years, sort of picked up one or two marks, and probably never been played almost, so good stuff. Oh, bollocks, that was going really well too.